In this video, we're going to look at how you can pay your agents in LOFT47 via Payload. Now, we're looking at it from the perspective of a broker or an administrator in the LOFT system. And you can see here, I'm on a deal. And on the left-hand side, I'm in the payout commission page. And you'll see we have the regular option to pay our agent. But we do have a new option here, pay directly with. And you'll see there is a drop-down menu and you can select Payload. So when you do trigger the payout, it will actually generate the entry for the Payload system. Now let's take a look in detail at how we can make this an available option for you guys. The first thing we need to look at is the brokerage integrations page. So let's go down to the integrations. We want to make sure that the brokerage bank account is set up under the Payload system. So we want to make sure there is a processing account in place. Remember, a processing account means you can both send and receive funds. So we're going to click Payload, and you'll see here we do have a brokerage account set up. Now, as a broker or administrator, you can set up your own bank account details for the brokerage by clicking the Add New button here, and it will open this form. It's the new processing account form. Now, there is a video linked in the description of this video which goes through this in a lot more detail, but effectively you're going to fill out this form with all of the banking information for the brokerage. You're going to go through it field by field. Remember not to leave any of the fields blank. They all have to be populated for this form to work. And when you've done that, the payment method will be set up and it will look like this one. The next thing we need to consider is who is going to have the ability to send payments via Payload. Now, as the broker, you can decide who will have the ability to do that in your admin team. But first of all, you will need to go to their profile and activate it. So if you go down to the brokerage menu, you can click on People. You can then filter by admin, and you'll get a list of your administrators. So we can then go ahead and click on our admin. And if we click the edit button in their profile and scroll down to the bottom of this section, you're going to see there is an option here to allow direct payout. So by checking this box, you give this administrator the ability to pay via Payload. So it's important to remember that you have to assign this permission before they can hit the Payload payout on a deal. Now, the next thing we need to look at is the different accounts that you can set up in terms of your agents. So you can set up a Payload account which is a payment method, which means your agent can simply receive funds only, or you can set up what we call a processing account, which allows agents to both pay and receive funds. So this is entirely dependent on the brokerage requirements, and you as the broker can decide which option you wish your agents to use. So we can go to the brokerage menu, and then if we go down to settings and you scroll down here, you're going to see a checkbox and it says Agent Payload Processing Accounts. So if this is checked, it means the form that will automatically be generated will be a processing account form. So that is the two-way relationship. That means the agents can both pay and receive funds via Payload. If this is deselected, then the form that the agent will complete, or you as the broker, will be the payment method, which means you can only send funds to the agent. They cannot return funds to you. So it may be beneficial to select the processing account method, because that allows the two-way relationship. You can send and receive funds. So this may be a popular option with many brokerages. So now we've dealt with some of the brokerage settings, we can now go ahead and take a look at the agent profile and how you can set up their Payload accounts. So we're going to go over to the brokerage menu on the left. I'm going to go down to People, And I'm going to search for one of my agents, Marky. We're going to click on Mark's profile, and you'll see on the left hand side Mark has the option here, payload settings. So let's click on payload settings, and we can see that this agent does have a processing account set up, so this agent is good to go. Now if you didn't see this account here, you would know that the agent didn't have a processing account set up, and we could click on the add new button, which will open the new processing account form. You can go ahead and complete all of the fields in this form. You can do this as the broker or administrator if you have your agent's account details. If not, if your agent can do this if they have access to the LOFT47 platform. So the agent can go in and complete this information. Now do look in the description of this video, because there are links to videos that actually go into more detail with the form, and it will show you how to complete this form step by step, the processing account, and it also shows you how to complete the payment method, which, remember, the payment method is the more basic version where your agent can just receive funds. So once you've set this up, like I say, you're going to see an account that looks like this one, and then your agent is good to go. And we're going to take a look in a moment at a deal. So now you have set up your brokerage processing account, and you've also set up the agent processing account. You're good to pay out a deal via Payload in Loft. So let's go to the next deal in the list here. So we're going to click on this one, and we're going to go down the left-hand menu. So obviously you would review the deal in full as you normally would do, but we're going to go to the payout commission screen. Now on the payout commission screen, it will look slightly different to what you are used to, because you're going to see this additional menu option, pay directly with, and you can select payload. So if we're going to be paying via payload, we know Mark has a payload account. This menu only shows for those agents that have a payload account set up. We can then go ahead and click the pay button, and we can say yes, let's close the deal. What then happens is Loft will send the entry to the main payload page within the brokerage. So if we go to integrations and we go to payload transactions, we're going to see a list of payments for the day. So as you pay out deals, all of the payments that you've done will sit in this list here, direct payout requests. And if you have the ability as the broker or the administrator to make the payment, you can go ahead and click the make a payment button. So it might be useful to come in here maybe once or twice a day as the administrator, and then you can do all of your payments together in one go.